Are we recording? Oh, I just realized the can is geometric.
Yeah. Okay. So, depending if you heard something at the beginning or not, this is the latest and greatest episode of the Bad Brothers podcast, and we're starting. And before we get to our normal shenanigans, we have just a few beverages to try for the evening. One comes from a former enemy of ours. I mean the United States, because I bleed red, white, and blue. So I think
they bleed
I
red
think of
and white.
myself, and they bleed the blood they bleed. And it's what is it? It's the can is Japanese, and what's the brand? You recognized it?
Kirin.
Do they roll their R's like that?
I don't know.
And what is it? It's grapefruit.
What's another Japanese word that we know that has an R in it?
Subaru.
That's not Japanese, is it?
I think so. It's made up Japanese.
Subaru.
I think there's a word. It's
like Haagen Dazs.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a word that it's close to, and then they sort of like formed a word out of it to make a brand.
Yeah, Haagen Dazs was, fun fact, made in the U.S., but wanted to have a Dutch sounding name because of the Dutch support during World War II.
Really?
Yep.
Not just because they wanted it to sound fancy?
Well, that. But that's why they chose Dutch.
Oh, weird. I never knew that part. Okay, so apparently
I kept calling it Nazi ice cream, so I had to figure out if that was true or not.
Apparently this is some kind of grapefruit, citrus...
It's like a Kirin seltzer. With what might appear to be fresh squeezed. Well, not fresh squeezed, but real natural grapefruit juice. Tastes like one of those Pellegrinos.
You know what? That's the perfect taste together.
It does taste like real juice, like those Pellegrino things.
The sourness of it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could know what's in it.
Grapefruit.
That's perfect.
And so the can has these little triangles. Imagine if you like perfectly crushed a can in little triangles and you smashed it in the most perfect way.
Oh, textured cans. When they go above and beyond and get the textured cans.
What other kind of textured can have you had?
Some of the monsters are textured.
No, but this is the metal. The metal's folded.
I know. The metal is folded.
But was it like that before we cracked it?
Dude, look, it's perfectly... You think that happens in nature?
No, I think it was on purpose, but I think the pressure of the carbon was... I didn't notice it.
Well, maybe it's more pronounced now that the pressure is gone, but that is definitely how it was. I can guarantee you.
This is like their White Claw. It's good.
Man, that is great.
I think it's got to be real juice.
Oh, yeah. Probably has like sugar in it, and the stuff like we usually have doesn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
speaking of sugar, you may have noticed in the stores that Coca-Cola is doing a weird thing right now. Why did I say Coca-Cola? Because I'm looking at the label, but it's Coke. Why did I say Coca-Cola? That sounds weird.
Coca-Cola.
Anyways, they're doing like flavors that you don't know what they are.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I guess it's working because I bought 2 of them.
The Stardust one was good.
Wait, the Stardust one? I didn't think so.
Oh, I liked that one.
It was caramely.
Yeah.
Caramelly.
Creamy.
So this is Dream World. And so I thought, because it's a similar thing that we do on the pod, we try it out.
Dream World. Astro World. Hopefully I don't suffocate when I drink it. Oh. What does it say? What does it say on there?
Oh, man.
It's not good.
Brutal. It just tastes like flowers were added to this.
Dandelion? What's like the catchphrase on there?
Dream flavored.
Nightmare flavored. This is like sleep paralysis flavored.
If you like flowery things,
I believe when they talk about flavors, they say floral.
I would like to smell that, but not taste it. Wow.
Really not good. I really tried to
Lavender
like it.
Coke or something.
Oh, lavender. Maybe that's in there.
Wow. Well, thank you to whoever Melanie's coworker is that brought this back from Japan, or just the freaking Asian corner store, whichever.
Kmart. Or what's it called? H Mart. I knew it wasn't Kmart.
Anyways, so we have the diversion. I do want to make a personal announcement before we also get in. I made a decision that was based around my own failures. But
Failures
and interests, which was to do a solo last week.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because I had all these things in my mind, but first of all, I just didn't want to make it long. I wanted to do like 15 minutes, and it was 20. But I was like, I immediately got 100 times more self-conscious doing it. Like when we're sitting here right now doing this every week, I have zero like insecurities, zero self-consciousness, anything like that. And
they say I do that to people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just bring the calm vibes. Peace.
Oh, peace, or you bring people's insecurities?
I relieve their insecurities. I'm good at helping people relieve themselves.
You hold it for them. Actually, you know what's interesting? Oh, maybe I talked about this once, but Anthony Jeselnik, when he goes on podcasts, it's so funny because he is just content with himself.
Oh, yeah.
And content not talking. And you can tell he's like pretty secure with how he is as a person. And he's like legitimately a nice guy, it seems like.
Yeah.
Even though he has these weird jokes, and he seems like he's got an edge to him, but I think it's because you see him with other comedians, and other comedians are a lot like immature and wild and
attention
everything.
Seeking.
Yeah, and I think he's just opposite of that. So maybe he comes off a little judgy, but he's just confident, and you can see the people in the room who are okay with that, and you can see the people in the room who it just sort of drives them crazy. It almost like freaks them out. They almost go into like PTSD, anxiety mode, and he's not even doing anything. He's just sitting there.
He's acting like their parents, not paying attention to them, not reacting to them.
So I thought that's what you were gonna say, because I feel like I have. I feel like I put off that vibe in a room.
You put off the confident with yourself vibe? I
think I drive people deeper into their insecurities. You're saying that you calm them down with your calm vibes?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes my calm vibes drive the anxiety up.
Oh. Yeah, people have said, like at work and stuff, that it's like less stressful. There's no reason to be stressed out at work.
I know. I think once I talk, I can inspire people into calmness.
Yeah.
Do I come off judgy? I know there's people that think I do.
I don't think so. I don't think you come up. I wouldn't think that. Yeah, you like cause any.
Actually, you know
grief.
what? I think people have an initial perception of judginess from me.
Yeah.
But I think it comes out of that either A, quietness, or B, opinionated.
Yeah.
You know, sharing an opinion. But
so they're like, oh, he has an opinion about everything.
Oh,
he
yeah,
must
yeah.
have an opinion about me.
yeah, exactly. But it's not really that. It's either like, I don't know what to say. And so
Right.
I have my own insecurities. Or I just like to talk to people and I think about things. And so I share an opinion. But it's not in a judgmental way.
Yeah.
But you calm people down?
That's what I've been told. I don't try to.
What's Lauren think?
She doesn't have thoughts or opinions.
No, but has she said like Tammy and I, we are a good match for each other in some ways. I feel like one of the best qualities about Tammy and I as a couple is that we are that sort of that stereotype of like one person is the one thing and one person is the other thing. So if this person's high, this person's low. If this person's quiet, this person's loud. It's a good. We're the opposite of each other in a good way of a lot of things.
We're more similar.
More similar.
Yeah. On the same wavelength.
Because there's some couples like who maybe they're sort of get that I don't know, like you guys just went on a trip, like if the details aren't going right, then they both get ramped up. Whereas like, and so you can end up sort of ramping each other up, which might be good in some circumstances where you're like ramping each other up to do something positive or have fun or do something exciting, but it could work against you in that.
If it's spinning out.
Yeah, you can both like spin each other out. But there's positives and negatives to that other side too. It's like one person could be trying to ramp the other up and they're not getting there, or vice versa or whatever.
Totally. I think I wouldn't say we're like exactly the same, but I think a lot of our personalities the same, but then there's things just like how our brain works. Man and woman. What is a woman?
Women are from Venus.
And so there's like different things like that like think of differently.
What is a woman?
Have you been seeing those things?
Yeah.
So yeah.
They're not a menstruating person. That's what I know.
I'm not comfortable with this interview. That's what I learned they are. So you recorded by yourself and you didn't like
sorry.
it?
Yeah, so I did really get insecure, and I just want to say, like, if you listened last week and you're like, oh, that was kind of weird and not the best, I would say it was. I agree. It's just so.
Or you might say it was really like, what's the word? Shoot. Oh.
But I was going to say that's kind of why I wanted to do it. I actually wanted to like grow in that. And so it was kind of like a learning experience. Like for me, if I did it again, I would say I would just have to remind myself beforehand. It's like, okay, you're going to tighten up, just be looser. I sort of did know what I was going to say. So I had that, but it was just like,
did you have notes?
Not really. I had three things I was going to say, and I cut one out.
Oh.
Because it got long.
Yeah.
And which it was it was like the more serious thing that I liked more, but the other two, like, anyways.
Yeah.
But
I like Leavenworth in the winter.
Yeah.
I've done both. I've done summer and winter, and they're both fun. I've done Leavenworth when it was like 19 degrees, and that might have been the most fun. And you're like bundling all up until because you're walking down and your face is freezing off, so you're all bundled up. But then you get inside the one of the places, and everybody's hanging out and have a good time and eating a pretzel and sucking on a bratwurst.
Sucking on a chili dog.
Yeah. Like Jack and Diane.
Two American kids living in the holler. I think I'm just not a cold person in general.
Yeah.
I think that plays into
I think
it.
It's fun when it's cold and snowy and you're sitting outside in that corner bratwurst place with the fire and the picnic tables.
I think the more important point is that I saw a girl at a table with a kind of a loose dress
with the mushroom tattoo.
With a mushroom tattoo on her ribs. And I turned that into 10 minutes of talking.
The episode was kind of, this isn't the right word.
You can say any word.
Chauvinistic.
Yeah.
It was a lot about people's bodies, both attractive and non-attractive.
Well, I only said one non-attractive thing, and
it was funny.
Well, but I said I wasn't. It wasn't chauvinistic because
chauvinistic isn't the word I was trying to think of, but it was.
It was objectifying.
It's a word like chauvinistic, but it starts with an M. Similar meaning, but starts with an M. That's what my brain's trying to come up with.
I don't know.
Like masculine, but negative.
Anyways,
the patriarchy. Some word along those lines.
It was funny. I actually talk about this with Tammy a lot, and it's just one of those things that comes up. Maybe I brought this up on an old podcast. I know we've talked about it before, and so sorry if this is the same exact thing I said. But that is one of the things from like the Christian world that I think is like so hard for my brain to let go of. It's like if you like a normal person that is just good looking, they can't just be like good looking because like when you grew up in youth group or something, everybody was telling you is that if you even notice opposite gendered person is good looking,
you commit adultery in your heart.
Yeah, you commit adultery in your heart, and you
cheating on your future wife.
You're cheating on your future wife. You're turning yourself into a chewed piece of gum and all that.
Oh yeah, chewed gum
and all that stuff. And I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like.
I saw this girl on TikTok. Her name's like Feral Pastor's Wife or something. She's left the church, but she said she still can't wear any shirt that shows like anything from like the neck down.
It's one of those things like if you tell a kid like it's if you make something so off limits and you make it such a bad thing,
taboo.
Yeah, such a taboo. So, some things can be morally wrong without being like a taboo, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because then you're not just like totally confounded about it. And that's what I think about a lot. Like if I'm out and somebody's good looking or something, it's like I'm a human person. It's like I see when people are good looking or
like
not good looking.
That viral video of the Boston baseball game where he asked the guy who's the best looking player in the Red Sox, and he gets like really offended and says he's going to beat him up because he's not gay. And he's like, I'm not saying you're
that
gay.
It's so funny. And then last night I was watching Riverdale, and Karen's been asked. So Tammy and I have been watching Riverdale, and we used to watch it with Karen. And so but Karen already watched it. She's like, what's been going on? and I was saying all my problems with it. And one of the problems is that the gay characters don't kiss each other like they're gay, because they're not in real life.
Ooh.
And you can tell. And but I was like, and I know it's not realistic because this guy there's a gay couple and he just broke up with the hottest guy on the show. And I was just like scrolling through the guy's Instagram and like sending Kirin pictures of him with hard eyes.
Oh my gosh.
That's just, I recognize that he's good looking.
Right. You got to recognize, game recognizes game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's an objective standard to people or whatever.
There was this like Adonis guy at the pool, and he was just like Greek god body.
Yeah.
And we noticed him.
Exactly. And I think maturity as a couple is being able to be like, oh my gosh, check out that guy.
Yeah. I was like, how much does that guy weigh? Because we're like the same height.
But you got to say it in the right way. You can't be like, "Oh, Tammy, look how hot that girl is."
Yeah.
That you can't do that.
I just go. I go like this. I go.
Because if you look, there's all these, there's all these like Christian memes and stuff that people make fun of, like bounce your eyes and all this stuff.
Bounce your eyes.
Like,
I heard that.
Like if you even notice somebody, you're supposed to be like, look,
avert.
You're supposed to like look in the complete opposite direction.
Have you seen that? Where they're like looking straight up in the sky while talking to someone because they don't want to look at their cleavage or something.
There's nothing about like work in your own like mind and heart to not objectify every woman you see.
Yeah.
But it is like, make sure you snap your neck if a 7 walks by.
A 7
or higher. 6 is okay.
She's a 6, but she has a dress with a mushroom tattoo.
I don't remember her face. Maybe she's probably 8.
She's a regular 6, but a vacation 8.
Yeah.
At my work, they say that they're a 6, but a railroad 8, or something like that.
6, but a hot weather 8. There's something about the vacation, and in addition to the hot weather, it got everybody in a good mood.
Mm-hmm. The juices are flowing.
The ranked choice voting has them higher than average.
Yeah. I like Leavenworth. I used to go there every Friday every Tuesday and Thursday for about 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
On the choo-choo.
Okay, I was thinking a lot about that there because I was thinking about the Leavenworth Oktoberfest.
And there's a Wenatchee stop.
And the Wenatchee stop. And because I remember Tammy and I looked, well, this is why. Tammy and I looked at tickets once, and they're sort of bonkers if you just want to go on a short jaunt or something.
Yeah, the times are weird. They're not...
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. If there was like infrastructure talk, if there was a train...
Call Pete Buttigieg.
And even if it was like $50 or something to get a ticket up there,
Round trip or one way?
Round trip.
$50 round trip?
That's what I'm saying. It should be more of a... But if you had the volume... See, this is the whole problem. This is like that in that Tokyo video that we watched.
Yeah.
You can't just make a train. They had to manufacture volume.
Yeah.
And in that Tokyo video, when they made all the trains and they made the subways and they made the bus lines,
they made the highways not go into town.
They shut down the highways. They told them, they made them inconvenient. But then they also built buildings and that were more local, blah blah blah. You have to like, so you manufacture the volume,
Right.
and so you couldn't just have $50. This is what I'm saying. You couldn't just all of a sudden say, "Hey, $50 trips to Leavenworth or something."
Yeah.
You would have to like either Leavenworth, maybe you'd have to expand, or Spokane, Wenatchee, and maybe they would if you had like a higher speed, not high speed, but a higher speed rail line.
You cut out I-90 and you either have to go all the way to the top of Washington to drive or all the way to the bottom.
You wouldn't necessarily have to cut it off because I think there's so much traffic
You
there.
think it
anyways.
just has to be more worth it?
Yeah, it has to be more worth it.
Problem is too with train. Once you get there, then you have to get a car or whatever. They're not foot friendly once you're there.
Exactly, and so all the places that have trains are foot friendly places.
Yeah, or at least like hubs.
But that's what I was thinking. Like, so, I brought up there's a lot of like Indian guys and stuff, but I know that is a lot because
Or
of Pakistani, Middle Eastern. But yeah,
is India Middle Eastern?
no, that's
Is Pakistan Middle Eastern?
uh,
Aren't they next to each other?
yeah,
Then there's Nepal in there.
over to the right,
Bangladesh.
more to the east.
Did you see that Wikipedia, the piece of India inside Bangladesh, inside India, inside Bangladesh or whatever?
No.
It's like this little, they were just, probably somewhere where they're like fighting over the border at one point in time, but it was like a piece inside. It was like 4 deep. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Leavenworth needs to get better.
That's just what I was thinking when I was there. I was like, because I had just been thinking about that a lot, and I was thinking, this is the perfect kind of place. It is fun to be there. Oh, because I was saying there have the bigger, like the Seattle tech scene grows, and Bellevue and everything.
That becomes more of like an escape area.
Yeah. So its proximity to that I-90 corridor has...
That's like that Suncadia whole development now. It's like someone took... It used to be like a coal mine or something.
Right.
And now it's like a resort, and then all of these houses, golf courses, wineries. But like some developers just made it. There was nothing there.
Right.
And so they just like made a town of a vacation town.
Right. And we didn't even go on a busy weekend. We were there the weekend before this holiday weekend or whatever.
Oh, yeah. What's coming up? September 11th.
Wait, I forgot in like Cashmere or something.
Don't forget. Never forget.
In Cashmere or one of those places.
Applets and Cotlets.
They have like a piece of the World Trade Center's beam or whatever.
They do? I thought they just like rolled through as like a tour.
No, they have like, it's like a sign on the freeway and everything. It's odd.
Oh, well, wait, there was like that big beam that like came like on a truck and like did a tour around the country, right? It's not part of that.
No. I mean, I don't know if it was a part of that.
Why do they have it though?
I don't know.
Never forget.
Maybe because there's a big fire.
The firemen went out there to help or something?
That could be.
I'm looking it up.
Well, Eastern Washington, they have a lot of like fire, what do you call it? Like, not promotion, but they're like sort of, I don't know, because they have so many fires over there and so many guys do a very dangerous job over there. I don't know if they just have some camaraderie or
the Spirit of America 9/11 Memorial, Cashmere, Washington.
Or they did go over there, maybe. I don't know.
I'm almost there. I'll find out.
Anyways. Yeah, I think Leavenworth is a fun place to be. I do like the vibe there because you can go. You're really close to if you want to hang out and do some summery river sort of things. But also, if you just want to hang out and be a cool guy and go to the bars, go to the restaurants, chill
In Leavenworth.
Yeah. So it is sort of like that kind of cool place.
And
but
you can also like stay around there and go up to one of the snowboarding places, Crystal maybe, or people go skiing and stuff out there.
But I was going to say one of the annoying things is like I knew when we were leaving on Sunday, it's like we're going to have traffic all the way from Blewitt's because one car is going to like slow everybody down.
Yeah.
So you're going to be stuck from Blewett all the way to Snoqualmie Pass. You're going to be going 30 miles an hour because that's pretty much what we did.
Yeah. Well, luckily they just approved more billions of dollars for the federal DOT, so they can hopefully expand that.
Which?
The federal highways and byways and rail.
Yeah.
That's what I read.
That would be you know what I'm saying? That would be a perfect spot.
Oh yeah, it's a great spot. And they're like Wenatchee and Leavenworth are driving 20 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
I know that because people drive to the train in Leavenworth and then they take pictures of it and then they drive to Wenatchee and beat us there and take pictures in Wenatchee.
That's funny.
The 9/11 Spirit of America Memorial is a monument in downtown Cashmere that is dedicated to victims and first responders of the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. The work includes structural debris from the Twin Towers and the Pentagon. Dedicated in 2015. It doesn't say like why how they got it there.
Why did they do this? What?
Yeah. I do not know.
I mean, you've been to Cashmere. It's like...
Well, yeah, it's home of the applets and cotlets.
It's just one little pit stop.
It's a locum-type confection associated with the U.S. state of Washington. The candy is similar to Turkish Delights and was developed in 1918 by apple farmers as a way to dispose of surplus crops.
Confection. That's a great word. That's a great word for candy.
Mm-hmm. Confection.
Confectionery.
Confectionery is the art of making confections, which are food items that are rich in sugar and carbohydrates. Exact definitions are difficult. In general, however, confectionery is divided into two broad and somewhat overlapping categories: baker's confections and sugar confections. The occupation of confectioner encompasses the categories of cooking performed by both the French pâtissier, pastry chef, and confiseur, sugar worker.
But I thought a place where you get confections is also called a confectionery. Or is that the difference between ERY and ARY?
Could be. This is ERY.
Because I like that, like in old, like 1950s, sometimes you can see a confectionery or something like that.
In Canada and the US, it's known as candy. In the UK, Ireland, and others, it's known as sweets. In Australia and New Zealand, it's known as lollies.
They gotta sound stupid in everything they say.
Everything. There's lots of IES.
Sunnies.
Yeah.
With sunglasses.
Brekkie. There was someone on the train. Some girl from somewhere. It seemed she had an accent like British or whatever. And my coworker said something like, who does she think she is? All that. And we both said, and a bag of crisps. We both said it at the same time.
That was awesome.
She thinks she's all that and a bag of crisps.
That's funny. Dude, Vacation 8. That has me laughing. Oh, man.
Yep. That's how it is.
That reminds me of like summer camp and everything.
Oh, yeah. When you find your true love at summer camp.
People falling in love.
Definitely.
With somebody they'd never talk to the rest of their life.
Yep. My girlfriend goes to another school. She's real.
There's 200 people at their school that look the same as them, but because they're at summer camp.
Yeah. You ever... Here's something else crazy I saw in the wild. I was down in Portland, and there's this really odd guy, hotel van driver guy. I don't know his name, but he's driving the other day, and I noticed...
Maybe his name was Van.
His right ring finger is about 3 times larger than in girth to every other finger, even on his other hand. It's like a big paddled spoon.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok? The guy with the ginormous hands?
Oh, that looks like
that's like
giant hands, but it's like just his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
His ring, that's insane. His ring is like bigger than a 50-cent piece.
I know, that's insane.
No, but this is just one.
Yeah.
So that's weird. But like the nail is normal size, and then it's like a bunch of extra meat all around it.
So he could never do this and put his fingers straight. He'd
it'd always be spread out a little bit.
You didn't ask him about it?
No. What was I supposed to say? Dude, what up with the Shrek finger?
No, you could have said, "What? You got the Mike Wallace leg thing going on?"
What?
Do you remember he's got the big
leg?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the debate mediator. George Wallace? What's his name?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Maybe Mike Wallace is that name.
I forgot about that. But no.
Dude, you got to ask.
What am I supposed to say? He's already socially awkward.
Oh, was he socially awkward?
Yeah.
Okay. You could, you know what? Just live with it, because you only live once. And so you say something like this, like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry. You don't have to say anything," but I was like, what's up with that finger?
What's up with that? What's up with that finger?
No, you say it in a good way. I was like, you might say like, "Hey, you've probably been asked this 100 times. Like, your finger is like, it's bigger than all the others. Is that like, did something happen?" You can put it like that, like you're concerned.
Chris Wallace,
yeah, that's right. What you do, the best move most of the time is to act like you're concerned. Like, "Oh my gosh, did you hurt your finger at some point?
Did you smash your finger?"
Yeah, not just.
Did you just smash your finger in the door? It's all swollen.
Because you could say like...
It's all swollen and gross. Did you just have your finger stuck in the end of a vacuum hose? Something like that.
Yeah.
I'll see. Next time I see him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's what I'd say. Like a burn, maybe somebody has like burns. You don't know if it's like, is that a birthmark? Or...
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, did you get hurt?
Did you get thrown in a fire by your brother? And then... Or is that a birthmark?
Or is that...
That was Game of Thrones.
Ugly
Game of Thrones
ugly birthmark.
Shout out House of the Dragon or whatever. I'm on episode 2.
Okay, but do ugly people know they're ugly?
Yeah. Is it funny? Because I legitimately put my full brain thought into it for a few seconds.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, man.
And if they don't, maybe they have other issues, mental disorders or something like that.
Okay, that's what I was saying about...
Is that the opposite of body dysmorphia?
No, it's the same as body dysmorphia. You just have it the other direction.
Oh, so but wouldn't it be like promorphia? What's the opposite of dys?
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, because...
What's the opposite of dysmorphia?
Because dysmorphia would be just like not seeing it for what it is. Because dysmorphia is not a super or supra.
Yeah. Synonyms.com. Antonyms is not helping.
But just like at the beginning when I was saying, when people...
Some people edited it and said eumorphic. Or benomorphia.
That's just like TikTok people.
TikTok people?
That's
TikTok people are hanging out on synonyms.com.
That's the same people that are creating genders where there's like 275 now.
Yeah.
It's like, at least pare it down to under 100.
One of my favorite jokes, you know how you have some jokes that you only tell people that you like are new into your life because you can only like say it one time.
Yeah.
They're in Seattle by the train station. There's these like road signs. They look like road signs, but they have
hold for road noise. No muffler.
Got his catalytic converter ripped off. So they like diamond road signs, like yellow and orange and whatnot. But they have like, instead of just like a curve with the arrow, it's like a bunch of different lines going different directions and crossing and different things like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm always like, oh, you know what those are right there? And I'm like, no. I'm like, those are all the genders in Seattle. Because they look like the gender arrow circle things. But they're actually like all the big not famous, but the big main intersections of like big road. They're kind of like the interesting intersections that are in Seattle.
That's funny. Dude, hilarious.
I'm just a jokester. Just a regular old jokester.
Speaking of jokester, we made it this whole episode without recapping a Mexican vacation you went on.
I know.
So, we can do that next week. That was fun. I got a laugh. I went to go somewhere with that, but it was funnier if I didn't, so... Oh, man, that made me cry. That was funny.
It's true.
Okay. Oh, man. Thank you for all these drinks. Thank you for listening to another episode. Thank you for putting up with me for a week. Like I said, not my best, but I needed to try it out once. I needed to have some hiccups.
I need to try it out once. 48,000 calories.
Oh, yeah. They do the...
They do lowercase
energy.
Lowercase calories.
K-cals.
Yeah.
Because our cows are K-cals.
Yeah, our cows are capital C cows.
Oh, that's what I was saying. If there's 48, there must be juice in there. Because that must mean there's sugar.
What are
in there.
the like regular things? What's that? That's hun cow.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, wait. That's 48 cows?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking grams of...
4.6.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's what they scribbles mean. Is scribbles racist?
It's not even numerals. It's like you're just guessing.
Well, it's 4.6 is...
No, I'm just joking.
There's 4 hashes and 6...
Browns.
If it was Korean numbers, I could read to 6.
You can?
Yeah. The first 4 are on the Korean flag.
What?
Or no, those aren't the first 4. But there's 4 of them on the Korean flag.
Dude.
Those are numbers.
You know so much about Korea? Ama.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Appa.
Opum Gundam style.